welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give you guys an update. It is now, what are we sitting on, Wednesday, 12th October. I did a video last week, but, this is just, we're in this one. Almost. Yeah, I did a video last week, but I ended up not posting it, and it's kind of, I missed my slot. So let me do another video for you guys, just update you. So I think that the last video I did do on the channel, I was currently sitting on one live account, and I had said to you guys that I was about to do get my first payout. So I got my payout, waited a little while for the refund, but eventually that did come through. So it was only after the profit split, about $490 on a 100K account, which is not much at all, but I just wanted to secure my refund. And I think in the same video, I was currently taking another 100K challenge, which I ended up passing. And I was also taking two 10K challenges, which is a little side thing I'd set up. And I passed one of them. So after that video, I was sitting on 3 live accounts. So let me go back to this one. Let me just show you guys quickly. So as you can see, funded right here, we have the first 100K account, which is currently sitting at 2,500, which I've stopped trading, and I'm going to get that payout. Because as I said, this one is going to just keep funding me to take challenges. My 10K was sitting on about 5%, 520. Again, I'm going to take that profit and get my refund. And then the other live account, unfortunately, hit 2 equity protectors in a row. So it's currently struggling to come back. We're sitting on 92,200. So, you know, that one is struggling, but that's how it goes, you know. Sometimes you're going to lose a live account before you even make any money. But you've just got to try not let it get to you psychologically. You know, it is what it is. And then I also started 2 25K accounts. This was not this Monday, it was last Monday. Last week was a tough week, and also we had NFP. So one of them, this one is not failed yet, but I literally have $1.50. So I am kind of leaving that one. It's pretty, I'm not going to make that back. Even if I were to trade that $1.50 manually, it would take too long to get to a point where I could put the EA back on. So it doesn't really make sense for me to trade that. I've just got to accept that it's a loss. This one is kind of bouncing up and down, sitting on 23,900, so about 1,000 under. And if I just look at that one quickly, currently sitting about 240 up. So we're currently sitting on 24,200. So fighting back, we still have about 2.5 weeks to go. So I'm just going to let that one play out, do its thing. And yeah, so last week Monday, I started with 5. I was basically using all 5 of my Titan X's. So never done that. It was quite exciting to go into a week, you know, full on. So yeah, it's kind of all go in terms of the prop farming system. 3 live accounts, which is pretty cool considering those 3 live accounts came from 4, 5, 6 challenges, right? So pretty much 50% pass rate, not passing the first or the second, but basically getting to a live account 50% of the time, which is not bad at all. I'll take those odds. How I am actually going to look at playing it going forward, these guys have got a, let me just go back to turn that off. These guys actually have a set file, which is a 2,000, so a little bit more passive, looking for $2,000 on a 100K account. And in their back tests for the last 1.5 years, it has never actually lost the account. So it's what they consider 100% success rate. What does sometimes happen is you get stuck for like 2, sometimes even 3 months in between about 97K to the 1,000 and 1,200. So what I am looking at doing is, from now on, every new challenge I pass on the 100k, I'm basically going to just set it up on that 2k profit target. And ideally, I'd like to eventually have all 5 trading, with the goal of hopefully them all hitting their target every month. So we'd be looking at about 10k a month, where we take our profit split will be about 8k a month. And that'll be perfect. And then once that's done, I would then like to maybe take 2 of them. Once they've got me my first payout, my first 2k and my money back, I'm then going to set 2 up on the more aggressive. So just let 2 always go aggressive. The other 3 are doing the 2k target. And then as I lose the more aggressive ones, I just keep buying in. So that's how I'm going to play it going forward with the prop farming. My target or my hope is that we get 1 or 2 big payouts by Christmas. So let's see, is the prop farming going to pay for my Christmas? And then on the live account side, I found out it was actually my brother. Thank you very much to you, sir, if you're watching this. He also has a Pepperstone account and hasn't traded on it for a long time, but he said to me the other day, do you know that you can trade Pepperstone directly on TradingView now? And I did not know that, so I jumped onto TradingView because I use TradingView all the time for my markups, for my analysis and stuff like that. And there is a variation of my strategy that I have been looking at testing. This has been a perfect opportunity to do so, which I am doing right now, as this is what you can see. So it's really, really cool. Trading this directly in TradingView is so easy. So you guys know with TradingView, you have the long and short positions, right? So for example, let's say I take a short position and I say I want to set up a position on this order block right there. This is on the 5 minute. I would set up my, actually this is the wrong one, the long, there we go. Set up my position, set up my stop, and set up my target. Let's say I'm just targeting something like that. So as soon as I've got that right, I just right click on that, create limit order, and then I'm saying what I want to risk. I only want to risk 0.5%, and it'll give me everything automatically, 0.1 lots. And then I just place the position, and there you go. Position is placed, close that. I can move that now out of the way, and I now have my position in place, guys. And it's that easy, you don't have to faff around trying to figure out your position sizes. It does it all automatically for you, and it's so simple. So in terms of my strategy, you guys know, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I have pretty much played around with 2 strategies only. The order block, which I had some success with, and I've always liked the order block strategy. And then my EMA strategy, which has had a lot of success, but the problem with that strategy, and it's always been my problem, is it has a very, very big fat tail. I'm just going to close that position, which means that I could be successful for a month and make about 15% in a month trading that, and then hit one loss where I basically take out that whole month's profit. So I feel like I'm going, let me just go to a blank spot here. I'll draw you guys something there. So I feel like I'm kind of constantly doing something like this with this strategy. Going up, going up, going up, having some nice success, and then I hit a loss and I'm backed out to there. And sometimes even lose more than my loss. Then I kind of make my way back up, back up, back up, good. Okay, I've made my money back, so it's a good loss. And then I have a massive loss. So over like 6-month period, as successful as it is, I'm kind of just sitting, and especially now where, everything is just headed in one direction for the most part. It's been pretty tough. So for the most part, I've kind of just held off because I was doing really well. I did hit one loss, and it just was like, man, all that gain for what, So what I have been looking at, I've kind of gone back to the drawing board and trying to take the good from both strategies, but eliminate that fat tail, right? How can I kind of always know what I'm risking? So how I'm playing it now is I am using order blocks. I'm trying to determine obviously the bias of the market. So let me try and explain. I'm not going to go into this in full detail. I'm still kind of testing it, so I don't really want to say to you this is my strategy and this is how it's going. This right here is a demo account. My goal is to get a strategy that can consistently get me around. It doesn't have to always be exact, but around 1% a day. That's what I'm looking at, you know. I started using this on Monday in TradingView and hit my target both those days, pretty much. I didn't quite get to the, as you can see, 590. I think I ended the day yesterday 588, and that was with a loss. So this is the key, you know. I am taking losses now, but it's not affecting the overall direction of my profit. And that's kind of what I need. That's what I want. So it's kind of taking both my strategies, using their strengths, but trying to eliminate their weaknesses. So with this, I always know what I'm risking, and that's the key, right? It's kind of bringing that risk management back into play. So, you know, the EMA strategy, if I had a 100K account, real money, my own live account, I don't think I'll ever have a problem, because I could trade that quite slowly, quite passively, make, you know, maybe 0.2, 0.3% a day, so I don't have to push really big on it. And at the same time, I would never ever hit a trend that is big enough to take out my account. But I was trading it on a $2,500 account. So it's a lot more difficult, you know, you've got less to play with. So let me quickly go over, so I've got positions in play here. Let me go to the AUD USD. So what I would first do, obviously, is I would go to the daily, and clearly you can see we're heading down. Drop down to the 4 hour. Again, it's clear that we are on a downtrend. So pretty much looking for sells. What I do look for is there anywhere to the left that we can look at? Not really, because we're going so far down. What about on the daily? So there is this area all the way over here. Which was when? This was pretty much March 2020. So that's where price currently is right now. So the next kind of area where price could potentially go down to would be this over here. So I'd like to just kind of see where I am. And sometimes you need to go quite a long way back, you know. That's what you need to do that. So there, and then there's a few areas below that as well. So what I could do is just mark these up as kind of areas that price could still move to, but you know, it's so something like that. And then I go back to where we are, and we've pretty much just hit that, guys. So we have just hit that area that I've just spoken about. So where is the next area that we could potentially look at going back to? So I think price would still want to come back to here. We have that. So, and something like that. If I go to the hour, let's have a look at that. So I'm kind of looking for sells, but if I see an opportunity where it is hitting an area and we have got potential for buys, then I will still take that. I'll still look at that. I am looking at this, after the drop. So this would be the hourly, very likely if you come up to that. And there's a few more as well. So just mark up some areas of interest. That would be an area of interest for me on the hourly. So now I see that price has got somewhere to go, right? We could potentially take that out, hit up there, and then drop down. As you can see, price is kind of pushing up now. So what I would do now is I would look for potential order blocks on the lower time frame to see if I can catch some moves. So on the 15, you see there is this and there is this further up. So what I like to do is I like to go to the 5 and I will say, okay, how are we going to trade this? Look at it on a bigger picture. That hour is kind of where we are going to look at going for the most part, right? So what I could do, if we're looking for sells only, I would mark up, oops, some, let's put this there, there, just change the color, so I'm looking at, so we've got that. And I don't have to be too precise with this, so it's kind of protecting my initial position. So normally what I do is I trade that for a full 1%. If I lose that, I go to the next one trade. So now what I'm doing is I will trade all these positions together as a single position, basically. I will then also, I know this is not technically an order block because we've not really broken a low, but I will still look at that as an area, and then I will go all the way to the left and I'll look for what is the best position here that we can look at. And again, I don't have to be extremely precise. I'm just going to look at something like that. And there I have my positions all set up. So 4 positions, 0.25 for each percent. So that makes up a full 1%. So now what I do is I will go in and just place these. The first one has always got a massive stop, guys. The first one, if I end up hitting my target, let's say we target that. That's my first position. It's a 0.6. So I'm not, you know, the idea is that hopefully I bump into 2 or 3 positions. I have a little retracement and then I can take all my profit off the table. And I basically just do this for all of them. My stop is the same for all. So if I do go all the way up and I stop out of all of them, I am basically losing 1%. And this is the key, guys. I know what I'm losing every time. Whereas the other strategy, when I do lose, it was way too big. So let me just get these positions into place. There. And if this does end up picking up and it's pushing down nicely, what I could do is I could open up a buy position at the bottom there and hold one of these positions. Close to there and hold one. So that's kind of countering the buy, because the buys are a little bit more risky. Because as we saw, the general trend is down. And then so we do the last one. So as you can see, the further up it moves, the better my risk reward ratio is getting. So this one is a 5 to 1. This one is a 1.8 to 1. This one is a 0.9 to 1. This is a 0.6 to 1. So it gets better and better as we move along. And now the cool thing about this is we just go and create our orders. So I say 0.25. It might be risking a little bit more because it is on 0.01 anyway. I just do this without creating it. 0.25. And I don't have to spend time working out position sizes. It's doing it all for me, which is awesome. Next one, limit order, 0.25%. That's a 0.03. Do that again up here. Right click on that, create limit order, and again 0.25. That's now 0.07. So now I know all of those positions combined is giving me that risk of 1% to potentially make, let's try to work it out, 0.06 plus 0.9, so 0.5 plus 1.8, almost 3 plus 5, so 1 to make 8. So it's essentially a 1 to 8. If all of them were picked up and I let it go, I will very rarely let it go once it picks up this last position all the way. What I'll normally do is wait till it comes back down, maybe get into profit with the second and kind of break even to the third one, and then I'll close all the positions. Because at the end of the day, I'm only looking for that 5% a day, guys. So looking for $50 a day at the moment, or roughly $50. and then I'm happy. So that's kind of how I'm trading it. I'm still in testing it. It is on a demo account, so it's not even back testing. It's testing a live market, which is how I like to test it. And so far, so good, guys. As I said, $88. I've got 2 positions open here. On a live account, I wouldn't be so aggressive. Maybe I'll only choose like 3 different pairs to place my orders on. At the moment, I've got that. I've also got pairs, positions waiting on GBP USD. I've also got positions waiting on AUD USD, which is what I just did. Got positions open on GBP JPY. As you can see, we're sitting in profit there, waiting for it to come down. I have also got positions open on. This is about to open. Oh, I didn't set it up. I thought I did, but I think I've got it on the DAX. That's pushing way up now. So might not come back down this one and open, so I might have to do the positions going down. So I think this one in the long term is heading down. I thought it was going to come back down before it popped up, but it now looks like it is pushing up. So I might come in and delete all these positions and actually start selling, because we could potentially get a position where we are now, get another position here, get another position there, and another position there. So maybe I will look at doing that. But for now, you know, got 2 pairs already in. This one's looking good. Euro USD, I'm just waiting for it to push down. It's starting to push down there. I would have liked it to come up and open the second position as well. And might still happen. GBP USD, we are waiting for some buys. So ideally is not the best scenario. I am looking for buys when it is moving down. But I do feel like we're coming into a 4-hour order block right there that I think we could potentially bounce off of, and that's why I'm playing the buys there. AUD USD is looking for sells, which is what we're doing. We've already bounced off this 4-hour. So what I think potentially could happen is we could bounce off, we could push up, open 1 or 2 of these positions, come back down for the retest before it shoots up towards this 1 hour. So hopefully I can close some positions there. USD JPY, nothing opens that. So letting that play out, guys. That's how I'm playing at the moment. That's where my prop farming is at the moment. So yeah, all going okay. I mean, prop farming had a tough week last week, I'll be honest. Still sitting with $3,000 profit, which I am banking. So even if I lose that other live account, essentially I'm losing $500, and I have made $2,500, let's say, after the profit split or thereabout. So not too bad overall, right? I'm still giving myself essentially 4 new buy-ins. The other live is not out yet. It could still come back. I'm not holding my breath. I'm kind of counting it as a loss, looking at it from that side. So, you know, if it comes back, it's a bonus. If it does end up losing the account, I'm kind of prepared for it. And likewise for the 25K accounts, one is a loss. I'm not even gonna be with that. But the other one, we're sitting at, it's kind of getting back to its initial 25K start position. So still a lot of potential for that one to actually pass. So I'm going to leave that one be. I'm going to let that one carry on. And yeah, once I have got my withdrawals for these, I will let you guys know. So that's where we are, guys. Hopefully things will start kind of picking up pace now with prop farming. Like I said, my goal is to, every one I pass now, just set it off on the 2K target. And try and get every single account to get its refund, and then I will set off 2 of the 5 if I get to that point, more aggressive, and 3 passive. So that's how we're trading it, guys. Again, if you guys are interested in anything I've spoken about, interested in the prop farming, interested in my strategy, which I'm not quite, you know, if this does go well and it ends up being my strategy of choice, I can do a video where I really go to depth on how to trade it. But so far looking good. It's only been 2 days, so very, very early to even tell that. But yeah, it's kind of cutting that big fat tail out of my other strategy, which is, I think, one of the most important things I could have done. So always striving for that 1% a day target, because once my live account gets growing, that will be amazing if I can consistently do that. So yeah, anyway guys, I will leave it there, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.